I don't know, man. I mean, it comes from a place of complete calm and like annoyance. The grenades are just flat out too powerful in this game, and then on top of that they track, and then on top of that they give you two of them. Like I do not understand it. For example, my lightning grenade should not be as powerful as it is.
I feel like damage-wise, it's fine. It's just it's so much larger. Like it's literally 3 times the size of like the animation. God damn it.
It was a good team. I mean, they knew what they were doing for sure.
Yeah, the team was pretty good.
I don't know, dude.
It's
I even I wrote something up on it the other day because I really want to release a conversation about it. But like grenades, dude, I just feel like they shouldn't be as much of a killing machine as they are. Like you should not be able to throw a grenade, and well, the tracking is what makes it even more interesting. But like they should promote gunfights. Like I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it.
In Trials, it's pretty much like don't engage until you have a grenade, which I don't know,
Yeah.
a bit too much.
But it's not even like the grenade is like, I mean, most of the time if you're gonna lead with grenade, you have a pretty good chance of killing them. I mean, it's not even gonna take like one full shot to finish somebody off a lot of times. They shouldn't be that strong to me. In my opinion, they shouldn't be that strong.
I don't know. Like, for me, it's still just, it always comes down to, like, janky stuff. Not necessarily, like, balance-wise or whatever. Like, that stuff annoys me, too. But, like, I had 2 guys absolute in front of me, right? And I just melee the first guy because, you know, he's absolute. But I hear the sound. I hear the smack. Everything. Takes no damage. And then I just get, like, 2v1'd. Like, the other guy wasn't even looking at me. That would have been, like, a free double kill. Like, that stuff, just, I don't know. It's either, like, the peer-to-peer or something fucked up in their coding, I don't know.
Well, I was watching Hovey's stream today, dude, and the guy he was running with doing trials carries, he said the exact same thing we said the other night. He said something along the lines of, there's so many abilities in Destiny that, like, around a game can flat out like go anyway. Like there's between grenades and melees and supers, all of that put together.
I understand
That's
like it's the flavor of Destiny or whatever, like all the abilities and stuff, but
see, I think supers are the flavor of Destiny.
yeah.
We don't need hand sniping melees and tracking grenades, and I don't know.
It's one of those things where, like, if streamers can straight up do melee nade trials runs, like, there's a problem.
Yeah.
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 There's a serious problem.
Later, Unique. Have a good night, dude. Thanks for hanging out and the host. Appreciate it. See, that's the thing is, like, I watched a video, Sir Demetrius video today. He was just playing scrims. And, dude, the way they play, they're running around so fast in the shoddy meta that Cam was just talking about that they don't even have time to throw grenades. Like, they'll throw them, but
well, not everyone.
I mean, they know how to use them. But
not everyone's like 17-year-old with fucking crazy fast reflexes.
right.
They can't do that anymore.
But the thing is like, what are the abilities doing then? Is it adding a casual element to the game? Like, I don't like. But if you watch somebody that's not excellent at PvP, they're not gonna get. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what their place is. Like, what is the point of giving a hunter 2 skip grenades, an extremely powerful grenade
I think
that
grenades.
can kill you in one fell
Yeah,
swoop?
like honestly, I think grenades would mostly be in a good place as they are right now. If you just like some of them, just like you take a tier 1 grenade, like skip grenades, right? And then you improve it and give them 2. That makes no sense. It's already a tier 1 grenade.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like that stuff like
But
that.
the thing where Destiny's different than other games is like, Okay, that dude threw his skip grenade. He made the decision to throw his skip grenade. Okay, so it's gone. Except it's not.
Not
He
because then
has
you
two.
have, yeah,
Now he has another one. And then how many seconds of
grenades on
cooldown
spawn
is
and
he gonna
shit.
have another one?
Yeah.
Like, at least in Call of Duty, like when you decide to throw your grenade, like it's gone. For, you know, if you're playing Search and Destroy, at least back in the day. That's, to me, like that would make sense. Like, it's like a super. I'm gonna throw my skip grenade. It does a ton of damage. And when I decide to throw it, it better be the right time, because I'm not gonna have it again for, you know, however long. And then guess what? We start shooting each other more with
Oh,
weapons.
that's crazy. Don't say that.
I don't know, dude. I just have a very strong opinion about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just too much in PvP. Like Destiny's about the gunplay, dude. Like, let us play
Yeah.
and shoot.
And that's the
our
thing, like
weapons.
honestly, dude, I enjoy trials. You know, you go in there and like when things go right, it's really fun. When you lose, obviously, you're not quite as happy, but like it's just the thing about trials that really annoys me is that it promotes every single bad aspect of like the way Destiny
Later,
plays.
Cam. Have a
'Cause
good night, dude.
half
Thanks
of
for
what we're
hanging out.
talking about would not be
Appreciate
an
it.
issue in like skirmish, you know, because it's not going to be camping with those annoying grenades.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Sitting back like
Trials is super competitive, and so yeah,
Like
every
you can't,
exploit comes out.
yeah, like you can't sit back and charge your super in skirmish, you know? If you do that, they're just running around
Yeah.
the map. They're gonna fucking destroy you if you do that.
Yeah, but see, the thing about supers is like a lot of people like say they want to know super mode. I like the randomness that supers create in the clutch moments. I don't think supers, any of them should have health regen, but like on kill with Blade Dancer and stuff like that. But like at least supers, like we were just talking about, you have to choose the moment you're going to use it.
Yeah.
And if you choke, it's over. Like you wasted it and you're not going to have it again for a while.
Mm.
Like I don't think grenades should be that heavy of a decision, but they should be, if they are as powerful as they're going to be and it's not going to change, they should be more of a decision than they are right now. Right now you just spam them and clean up with your primary.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you throw, I mean we're talking about two things here. Then you throw the hand snipe warlock melee into the mix. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is just a product of playing this game so much. Like, I absolutely love it, and I'll be back into trials as soon as I can be again. I would still have this conversation even if we went to the lighthouse tonight. Like, it's still something that I just have a strong opinion about.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, from game to game, like, in the moment, you get frustrated and stuff. You know, even if you're winning, if you see something bullshit, like, you call it out. You're just like, yeah. Yep.
Terry, with shotguns,
Still love the game.
does hand loaded and small bore get you to max range?
On Last Ditch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Oh shit. I was gonna say I have a knee pads one, but the knee pad's in the same column as hand loaded.
Yeah, I think I prefer, I don't know, like, the center column takes away so much more range than, like, quick draw in the hand-loaded one. So, like, if I would go for either, it would be the quick draw one, but now, like, that's only useful in the Titan, really. Because you're gonna have quick draw on the other two.
Well, then I might just post this conversation, dude, because I feel like it's one that needs to be talked about in this game.
Like, I don't know, I feel like maybe if they tweak certain things specifically for trials, like the scoring thing needs to be patched. Like, people are gonna complain about that, and it's gonna get fixed eventually. But
Well,
like,
think about sixes, dude. No wonder sixes feels like mayhem to us.
yeah,
Like it's amplified times, what, 2?
I'm instructed to tell you
Yeah.
Sorry, finish your thought, man. Sorry.
Um, no, I think it really does come down to just like we get it. It's the flavor of the game. If you don't like it, just play something else. Whatever, that's fine. But like, I like the supers, but again, it comes down to a number of things that need to be addressed in terms of like, I don't know, me like it's targeted at the casual player, and the casual player is going to be like, no, man, this is a game about abilities. I want to use abilities, and like that's fair enough. But like very specific things, like I said earlier, like a tier one grenade being improved and getting two, and then the super thing, like it's if you're getting kills, you don't need more super energy. You are getting kills. You are winning. That's the whole point. Like
Yeah.
supers should be a game changing, like big plays for like whatever team, and like a comeback mechanic, you know. Like it's a big game changer, and that's the thing. If you have a comeback mechanic and you're like absolutely demolishing the other team, like it's what's the point? It's literally just like adding. It's snowballing, like straight up, and it's just like I don't know.
Like the whole like is this game is a game of abilities. Like I mean, I don't know. I don't think in any game abilities should be as strong as they are in this game right now.
And
We
that's
have
the thing. Like
supers,
it's
dude. That's
frequency.
why we have supers.
It's frequency versus quantity. Like what did I say? No, it's frequency versus lethality. Like you can't have both.
Yeah.
Because if you have a shit ton of like grenades that are making you one shot, where you just literally need to like tickle their toe to fucking finish them off, like it's too much. And then you have that every 30 seconds. Like what? Like how is that
Yeah.
even remotely? And like anything that gives you two grenades or something should make the general cooldown longer or something. Like something to balance it out. Something that's not like, oh, here you go. You never need to fucking pull out your gun again. And like Void Fang, every round you're guaranteed a grenade and this is stuff like that. It's just it's too much. It's gotten to that point where it's just too much.
If grenades are gonna stay as strong as they are right now, um, they need to have a massive cooldown increase.
Mhm.
If they're, it's either that or they need to be toned down. Tracking needs to
Like
be
that's the thing,
removed,
like if you're gonna
and
use a
or
grenade and then like one pulse burst, like make it so that it does enough damage to where you need like at least 1.5 bursts, like something tiny like that. It's just like it's too
until then, let's all run hunters.
Pretty much.
good stat towards good.
What do you think, Tats? Minutes at a time.
I
You
think
like grenades where they're at?
no. I think that the tracking ones should do less damage than generic ones.
Yeah.
I get that like lightnings are really strong, but you can like it's really easy to just move out of a lightning grenade if you have the like awareness to know where it landed and where you need to move. But like unless you're a Night Stalker, there's nothing you can do about skip grenades or Axion bolts. Axion's like semi, yeah, you can away from them usually, but I think if they're gonna track you, they have to do less damage than the stationary ones. Yeah, the
And the
damage
thing
needs to
about
be
skips
turned down on
is
it.
like on a warlock that is not using blink, you pretty much literally can't outrun them.
Yeah,
Like you can run as fast as you possibly can. Every like 3 seconds, one tiny one is gonna like hit you again and like stop you from
yeah.
getting regen, like all the way across the map. And it's just I don't know.
It's
Make
it's
this thing
different.
just slide through it or some shit like the Axion, if anything, like
Yeah,
something.
it's somewhat different with skips because the damage is parsed out over like the little
Yeah.
individual seekers, but I think that the total damage of any tracking grenade should be like 100.
Mm.
But their damage right now is like what 160, 170.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too much. I don't necessarily mind that there are tracking grenades. I think that it's an interesting mechanic, it's an interesting ability, but they just need to be evaluated and the damage needs to be taken down on them. I don't even particularly mind that the skips track more aggressively, but it's just that the sheer amount of damage output is what makes them so frustrating.
Yeah. That's the thing. Once they're tracking you, like if they push in and get any damage whatsoever on you, like they can confidently go in there, like just melee or whatever, get like one
Yeah,
pulse burst or whatever, and he
yeah.
knows the rest of that fucking grenade's like still gonna catch up. Then you're probably like sprint locked anyway, so you can't get out of it.
I'd like to see him tick down the damage on melees and grenades, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that melees do an incredibly large amount of damage for just being a
Yeah.
melee.
It depends on like the kind of melee, because I understand the
Yeah.
whole like you're in close quarters, you're at risk, so like you need some kind of payoff, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
It's still, yeah. I think 100 damage for the melees and 100 damage for the grenades is fair. Like, do
Yeah.
half the total amount of damage that it would take to kill someone.
Yeah, like
Because
you could
that's
still buff
still,
melee.
yeah, I mean, that's still more damage than any one shot from a primary weapon can do. So it's still
Hmm.
really powerful, but I don't know.
Going back to watch this round where we got the pick on the right side.
I'd like to see him unify a lot of different things. Melee damage, melee range, grenade damage. I'd like to see him unify range across all weapon archetypes, so that like a pulse rifle is a pulse rifle is a pulse rifle. I hate having to farm for a rifle barrel on every hand cannon
Oh
just to make
yeah.
it viable.
And that's the
I would
thing,
love for
like
them to
people
just
say
say like,
use it in their whatever, like use it in their intended
Oh, they're
range, and it's
unbalanced.
like,
Yeah, I'm
if
getting
it
his
doesn't have
skips. I just
62
gotta give
range,
his
like
skips.
you're essentially in shotgun
They're playing the
range.
meta, dude.
It's
I mean, you can't blame them
I don't
for it.
know.
They're pushing in.
And then like you factor in like bloom of bullets, you miss one, you're dead. Like if you're in that range, like at the very end of like optimal range for those hand cannons, like by
Yeah.
the time you've shot the third one, you might still trade, and if any of them like were bloom like ghost, you're dead straight up. Like there's no two ways about it unless you have like a
yeah,
look in the chamber one. It's like
The best part
yeah,
about
this
it that I
is
just realized when
fun.
that guy killed us with Blade is all of these things are so powerful, and every single one of them build to the most ultimate powerful thing in the game.
Yeah.
Your super.
I don't know. That's the thing. For supers, I think it should be affected by intellect. Maybe still orbs even. Like I would whatever. Like maybe reduce how much super energy you get from those. But yeah, like I will never understand super energy for kills. It's just it's I don't know.
I I think generating orbs in PvP is really busted. I know that they like having the congruency between PvE and PvP, but there's just some stuff like we're at a point in the game where they need to start making changes to one and not the
Individually.
other.
Yeah.
Like it, and it's it's not even that like they've never done that. Like there's things that act differently slightly like now, and I don't know. The orb generation thing is not a good mechanic for me. It's just a snowball. It ends up snowballing. Like yeah, it could be a catch up mechanic if you're down and you know you can help build your supers up, but most of the time if you're down in a game, all your teammates have their super anyway.
Yeah.
It's only ever a negative snowball. I really would like to see a lot of unification though, just like all weapons of a certain like archetype have the same range stat at least. Like I get that
Yeah.
the stability and the impact and the rate of fire should change just to have variety, but there's just it just makes so many of the weapons that I get useless because they don't have the range that they need.
That
And that's
one
the
dude on
thing,
their
like
team went
it's from
9-0.
one extreme to the other with hand cannons. Like it used to be barely any fall off damage and like perfect accuracy cross map, and now like it's just it's completely the opposite way. Like it's just
Yeah.
you need this amount, and like it's the same thing with the shot package. Like they said, they didn't want anyone needing a specific perk on any given gun. Well, what the fuck is like rifled, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think that's
And
kind
rifled's
of
rifled's across the board too. Like
yeah.
it should it should say something to their like balance that literally every weapon you want rifled on, more or less. Like you know, shotguns, hand cannons,
I
whatever it
don't know.
is, rifled's like a desirable perk. So that right there shows me like, hey, maybe we should address the range of our weapons and push them out a little bit. Or
They should just like honestly make every base gun like it's hard. Like obviously they can't make every gun usable, but make every base like at least decent on its own. And
well,
like
that's what I'm saying. If they
every
unified the range across hand cannons, there'd be so
yeah
many other. You know,
yeah
I could try out low impact hand cannons because the problem with the low impact hand cannons is the range stat. They always have a super low range stat.
hmm
So there's
but
no
that's it,
like
like yeah
that whole
you
archetype is just useless.
yeah like the way I see it, perks should add flavor to a gun. It should make it accentuate a certain part of the gun, not like make it viable or not, like if it's not there,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I'm hoping that they completely revamp and reevaluate their perk structure in T2
Yeah.
and
Because,
just
like, that's the
make
thing. If you look at those, like, pulses, like, half of them need, like, braced and maybe counterbalance and stuff like that. It's just,
yeah.
you shouldn't need any given perk. It's like, if your playstyle plays well around like, this certain thing, get a perk that, like, accentuates that, makes it better. Just nothing that's just like, oh, there's so many absolute garbage guns right now. Like,
Yep.
I'm expecting them to change how range works on hand cannons, so I'm expecting that to like be addressed at some point. Like it has to, but like it's those low range hand cannons, faster rate of fire. Like no one uses those because it's never going to connect, and